Come join Libby, Molly, and Tiffany, the ladies of Consignment Chats, where we talk about all things consignment.
Welcome to Consignment Chats. I'm Molly.
I'm Libby.
I'm Tiffany.
And we're going to start by explaining to you what brought us here.
Well, the three of us are all online consignment sellers. We sell on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, all sorts of online platforms. And one day I was looking on YouTube for any kind of consignment videos that might be out there to help people learning more about consignments, even though I have been doing it for a few years. And I noticed there was a big lack of consignment videos on YouTube. And I thought, I had met Libby before, and I thought, well, let me see if maybe, wouldn't that be interesting if Libby and I got together and did a consignment, videos on YouTube. And I brought it to her. It's kind of like a joke. I didn't really think she would like the idea. And she said,
well, little did Tiffany know that Molly and I had been working together for many years, and we were interested in starting a podcast. We weren't sure about what. We were thinking maybe coffee talk or something like that. So I called Molly and we got together, and Consignment Chats was born. We both have, we all have a passion for consignment, and there is a lack of information out there that concentrates solely on consignment. There's a ton of great resellers, reselling videos, but we felt that there was an area that we could, provide some knowledge and create a community in an online space where people could get together and talk about consignment. And Molly?
And Libby, you found that you got questioned a lot from people about your business too, right? Which is why we really, you get questioned a lot. And I'm sure, Tiffany, you do too, from people who want to know, how did you, what did you, and this is going to supply that space.
Great. So we've prepared little intros for you to kind of describe where we're coming from and what we're about. So enjoy.
Hi, my name is Libby. I've been in the consignment business for about 8 years now. And with Tiffany and Molly, we wanted to reach out and kind of build an online community, a place where people can come together and talk about specifically the consignment aspect of reselling. I'm super passionate about it. Obviously, if I've been doing it for 8 years, I must be a little bit crazy and a little bit passionate about it. My business name is Conshy Consignment. That's C-O-N-S-H-Y, Consignment. I started in a brick and mortar. We were there for 3 years. And while we were in the brick and mortar, we grew our online business as well. While I was looking for a new spot when my lease was up, we were all online, and things were just so great that way that we never went back to the brick and mortar. I was able to be at home. Most of the time had the flexibility to be with my children. Now they're 16 and 18. At the time they were young, they needed me home. I'd like to be there when they got home from school. So that was wonderful. How I got started in consignment and why I'm so passionate about it. Basically, I started with my children's school. I was trying to create a fundraiser that was sustainable, community-oriented, inclusive, and just kept money and goods recycling back into our community. So we started a kids consignment sale as a fundraiser for our parent-teacher organization. And it was a lot of fun. It was successful. Fast forward a couple years, I knew, in my heart, I always knew I was going to be an entrepreneur. It was just my calling in life. What exactly I was going to do with that, I wasn't sure. I do have a degree in environmental science. So, my passion did lie with sustainability, and I really felt at that point in my life, I was working at a bank. I wanted to do something that I felt really passionate and good about, and that was creating something good in my community. And I opened a consignment store, and I do feel really good about that. And I did feel really good about that at the time. I love the sustainability aspect. I love how my degree and what I'm passionate about, the environment and creating ways to live more sustainably, kind of come together. I have the experience that I would love to share with you of running a brick and mortar store and doing a lot of online reselling. Right now, our business is online, probably 99% of it is all online. So I have experience in both. I love to work with other people. One of the things I miss from being solely online is that community. The consignment community is wonderful because it hasn't been competitive. If one person is shopping consignment, they're going to go down the street to the other consignment store as well. And the collaborations I've had with other consignment shops and consigners have just meant the world to me. And so this online community, hopefully we can connect with other people that are doing exclusively consignment. If you're looking to get into consignment, maybe this is a good place for you to start. Maybe this is a good place for you to, reach out to us and say, do you think this would work for me? What's the first step I take? I have learned so much from other people and just getting started that way that I hope to provide others with that same leg up. But I'm constantly also learning from other resellers and other consignment store owners. So really hope to connect with you all. And that's about it in a nutshell. I can't wait to meet everybody and chat with you and see what you have to contribute or answer any questions you might have.
Hey y'all, I'm Molly, and I was born on Hilton Head Island in South Carolina. I'm a Carolina girl. My husband and I, for about 11 years, were relocated to Pennsylvania through his job with our son, who was in elementary school at the time. Through his elementary school and getting involved in the PTO, I met Libby. And Libby and I had an instant friendship. We found that we had a lot in common, those main things being environmental things and also support of community small businesses. As our friendship grew, she decided to open a consignment store, and I was so excited that she was following her dream and going with this. So I, along with some of her other family and friends, jumped in and helped her get the storefront ready for the big grand opening. As her business started to succeed, she approached me and offered me the opportunity to become her internet sales manager and start her eBay store and get it rolling. It was a part-time job that I started just learning through. I'd never done it before, but I was like, oh, sure, I'll give it a shot. Loved it. We had so much fun. What started out as part-time, me working in the back, turned out to be full-time, she and I out front. Loving our time with the customers, getting excited when things came in. We have so many stories that'll make you laugh, make you cry. But I cherish those years in that consignment shop. So my husband's job then relocated us back down south. So we now live in Greensboro, North Carolina. The beautiful thing about an online consignment business, having the online part, is that I was able to continue part-time doing some things with Libby and Conshy Consignment. I then also got very involved with a nonprofit that took a lot of my time away, but since then have come back on a more full-time basis with Libby, working with her social media and marketing, which I love. I never realized until I got involved with co-founding this nonprofit that I have a love for branding and social media marketing. So through that, I got back involved with Libby as I took a step away from the nonprofit after a few years, and now am back in the game. So I really look forward to sharing our stories, our knowledge. And like I say, the stories will have you laughing, they'll have you crying, but we have 3 ladies here with experience from different angles, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. The information that we have to share hopefully will be helpful, and we look forward to it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I live here in beautiful Frederick County, Maryland.
with my husband, and we have 3 grown sons, 27, 23, and 21. The 21-year-old still lives with us. The other 2 are out of the house. And we have a wonderful border collie named Louie and 2 obnoxious cats, Rocky and Oreo. I started selling my own things on eBay about 2007 when my husband and I got together, because it was a second marriage for both of us. We were blending 2 households and 2 families, and we had a lot of stuff to get rid of. And as the kids grow up and grow out of things, there's a lot of toys and clothes to sell. So I sold them on eBay, a lot of them. And so I was on and off with eBay, not really doing, a lot on there because I had a full-time job. And in 2018, I switched from my full-time job to a part-time job. I do bookkeeping. I've been a bookkeeper for 35 years, something like that. And I decided at the time when I switched to part-time that I would devote more time to my online reselling business. And that's when a friend of mine gave me her stuff to sell. And she had a lot of great stuff, new with tags, like wonderful items. And she is an endless supply of stuff for me. And that's how I got into selling consignment. And of course, word gets out and spreads, and I didn't even have to advertise for things. People were handing me stuff to sell. So I have lots of stuff, so much so that my inventory expanded, and now I just got this brand new shed. This is my inventory shed, 12 by 28. It's really big. And that is, I met Libby in a eBay Experts private Facebook group, and we just hit it off and became instant friends and communicating outside of the group. And that's how, and then we'll tell you in our podcast or in our episode how we all came together, the 3 of us. I hope you enjoy it.
Now that you've had the chance to get to know a little bit about each one of us, and as you may have noticed, we're from 3 different states. We've got North Carolina and Pennsylvania and Maryland covered here, and what brought us together, and you'll learn more about our relationships and the uniqueness of each one of us and what brings us to this as we go forward in these episodes. But there are many different things that we hope to get out of these episodes, and we hope that you get out of these episodes. And some of those things may be, Tiffany, you were talking about some things earlier that you wanted to touch base with.
Yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions and sometimes, real true conceptions about what it is about consignment selling, just in general, whether it's online or in a brick and mortar, which Libby does have experience with. There's just a lot of, if not negativity out there, but we can debunk some of those things. We can also explain that, yeah, there are some negatives, but we can show you the positive sides and that you can make money selling consignments.
Yeah,
Libby?
I mean, consignment is such a fun option for resellers. A lot of people kind of shy away from it for various reasons. So we hope to get into that and, describe some of the hurdles we've had to overcome, how we deal with difficulties, some of the benefits of consignment that really are different than other, ways of acquiring inventory for reselling. And yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
And some of these stories are going to be, as I said, my intro, working with Libby, that I work in the storefront, we have stories that will make you laugh. We have stories that'll make you cry. And I think we all look forward to hearing some feedback from our listeners and getting some of their stories and questions and things too.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to reach out to us on social media, if you have certain things that you're really interested in, questions about consignment, suggestions for episodes, please reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, and we're under Consignment Chats. And we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. A lot of fun. Molly and I have worked together for many years, and we have some really crazy consignment stories. We're excited to share those with Tiffany, and I know Tiffany has her own. So
Tiffany's got some neat things to share. I'm not even going to tell you. personal and work-wise.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And we can also talk about, like, I've done, like, Libby is a full-time seller. I think Molly is too. And I'm a part-time seller right now, hoping to be full-time. So you can do this no matter how much time it is you have in your day or your week. Even if you have just a couple hours, there's always a way to make a little bit of extra money.
And Tiffany, it's right that your journey is going to full-time reselling, correct?
I will be soon.
So our listeners can kind of follow along on that journey. I mean, I find it super exciting to just, watch you through this journey and, hear about how it's going and watch that. So I just can't wait to hear about all that.
Yes. We're
Yeah,
totally
well,
team.
coming. We can also talk about inventory management, how we can show you our inventory spaces, and how to track consigners. And we all do it differently. We all have different ways that we handle it, but we can show you all the different ways. And we're happy to share all that with you, and you can, see what you like.
Ins and outs of shipping, right?
Oh, right.
Shipping, yes, shipping.
Shipping.
And we can talk about the different platforms available, because there's many
different selling platforms.
And they all have their little pros and cons and idiosyncrasies.
Mhm.
And, any questions you have, just, comment below, or, send us a message on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We have a Facebook group that you can join, and we'll have all the links listed in this video at the end.
All right. Well, thanks everybody, and look forward to chatting with you all in the future.
See you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for joining Libby, Molly, and Tiffany, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we talked about all things consignment. To learn more and keep chatting, find Consignment Chats on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, and Instagram.